my name is Stadden. I'm with Monrovia Nursery. Today we are at Rogers Gardens in Corona del Mar, very close to Newport Beach. Rogers Gardens is one of America's finest garden centers, just a fantastic place. You'll find lots of things here that you need, and you'll find lots of things here that you never knew existed. And they really will enrich your garden and your life. Okay, we're going to talk about gardenias today. Raise your hands if you have killed a gardenia. Okay, I'll go first. I must confess I've killed several. We are going to talk about grafted gardenias today. This is just a fantastic improvement and will guarantee you success. My pals, my friends with me are Gardenia beechi, Mystery, First Love, which is one of my favorites. First Love, the flower is up to 5 inches across. You'll get about 2 crops of flowers a year. It is actually the only florist quality gardenia grown in the nursery industry, and the ladies in Hawaii will make corsages out of it. But I'm getting off track. We're going to talk about grafted gardenias. This is a Gardenia Mystery. This is a grafted variety, and this here, this great grey coloured stem is actually Gardenia Thunbergii. And Gardenia Mystery, First Love, beechi, the varieties from Monrovia. A lot of these plants are grafted onto Thunbergii. Look on the label, look for this wonderful thick stem at the base of the plant, then you know it's a grafted variety. Now, why is Gardenia Thunbergii so important, so valuable? And here are the reasons. It's tolerant of overwatering, underwatering, it's tolerant of poor soil, it's tolerant of high salinity in the soil, and I believe most important, that it actually will take nutrient up into the plant once it's below 60 degrees. Most gardenias will stop taking the food up into their system at about 60, where Thunbergii will go right down into the 50 degrees. So all during the winter months, you can have great green looking gardenias. I live in Brea, about an hour inland from where we are, and all winter long my gardenias are this color. It's great. So this is definitely the rootstock to use. They're just a little bit more expensive, but I can promise you it's worth every single penny. You can use these in containers, you can use them in the garden. We're going to talk about food in a moment, but also let's talk about the flowers. Oh, they're just so fragrant. Once smelled, you never forget them. I like to harvest the blooms. I'll cut about halfway down the stem, bring them indoors, put them in either in a little vase or float them in a saucer. I use honey mixed in with warm water, and this way the sweetness, the goodness of the honey is actually taken up inside the flower, and the flower will last longer. So if you want a fantastic looking plant above the surface, it's very important to feed your plant and get the correct planting mix below the surface. So some recommendations. Gardenias love an acid-loving soil. This is a great product called Gardener Bloom. If you're planting in a container, I would put your gardenia 100% in this. If you're in the soil, in the ground, I would probably use about 75% and about 25% your native soil, because you want your plant to get to know the native soil a little bit. Other great products are Sea Gold. If you want a fast reacting fertilizer, this is seaweed. This is a wonderful product to use. Gardenias love sea kelp, seaweed, fish emulsion, all that sort of stuff. You put it on there and you can hear them go, it feels so good. Dr. Earth, which I'm a real fan of, I'm sure a lot of you have seen this. This is the acid-loving organic fertilizer. And then anything that you use on rhododendrons, azaleas, these are all great products as well. On these compost-based fertilizers that might have cocoa coir, they might have peat moss in them, remember this soil actually is alive. And over a period of a year or so, the soil gets eaten away, it gets used by the plant. So a couple of times a year, don't be afraid to put some more soil into the container or lightly mulch around the plant. Be careful when you're using a hoe or a rake, because gardenias have a very fibrous root system that's close to the surface. So get on down to Rogers Garden Centers, try some of these grafted gardenias. I promise you, you will be absolutely delighted. And if you don't have one in your garden and you want to buy a great gift for your friend, these make perfect gifts. They really do. This is Stadden with Monrovia at Rogers Gardens. Look forward to seeing you down here soon.